So it's time to work on your brand's positioning. So this is really all about how we set your brand, your business apart from other competition in your area, from businesses that are offering something similar to what you do. And how do we craft that space that you can really own in your local area? So the definition of positioning is really how you are different in the customer's mind compared to other businesses in your area. As you remember, branding and, the brand experience is something that lives in the head of other people. So how is the perception that they have of you different from other similar type of businesses in your area? And why is this important? So when you're clear on your positioning, that comes with a number of benefits. I think the most obvious is that it allows you to compete on value and not price. Because what happens when you run a business that is similar to other businesses in your area, and none of these businesses can really differentiate themselves from each other, the only way they can differentiate themselves and the only way they can be different in the end will be on price. So you will enter kind of a price war, which just drives down the value of the services offered, and that's not a good place to be. So you want to carve out your unique space via your positioning. You want to be that little goldfish on the slide that jumps over to the other water there to create its own space. So I think that's the most obvious benefit of the of positioning. But it also helps you break through the clutter. So there's a lot of marketing and communication for similar type of businesses in your area. But when you're different, that makes you stand out. That makes people pay attention to you among all these other messages that they're seeing. It also helps you amplify your story, which means, when you are positioned differently, when you are unique, there's something to be said about you. And it's easier to drive your unique story, what's different about you, and get people to talk about you because there's something to be said. You're not just a nail salon, for example, but you're a different type of nail salon which people likes to talk about. So that's good for your PR. It also makes it easier for people to book with you or to buy from you, because now let's say someone lands on your website, you have a clear positioning that resonates with that person. You immediately speak to them and they can go ahead and book. Whereas if you were more generic, you were just a spa with no differentiation, or just a hair salon, and chances are that the visitor would look at what you offer and then start to compare you with other, right? Because there's nothing really that just hooks them there to get them through and to book and to become a client of yours. So there's a number of benefits that goes into being clear on your positioning. But before we start working on your positioning statement, I think there's a couple of questions that are important for you to ask yourself in order to help you as you kind of craft that unique position for your brand. So number one is, what are clients really buying from you? So, people don't come to you just to solve their problem, for you to be a solution to their too long hair or nails, right? If you try to ask yourself, why are they really coming here? Are people coming for, the great relationship that you're having with them, or the experience that you offer? Is it an escape from like a busy life into your, relaxing area? Or, what is it really that people are buying from you? If you ask that and you think about what, clients that you have today are saying about you, that can be a good hint of something that is actually really unique about you, and maybe something that you should dial up and be part of your positioning of what you offer. The other one is, of course, the services you offer. How are they different? Maybe it's about the quality of the service. You are an award-winning salon, or maybe it's about the type of products that you offer. Maybe you're focused on vegan solutions, or there could be many different things via product or via service that makes you different, or just from the range of your offer. Maybe you have a big focus on hair extensions, or you have a unique waxing services that is difficult to find somewhere else, or you would of course know more about that. That's why it's a good question to ask yourself, if you have something there that is unique to you from what you offer, or in terms of the broader experience that you deliver than just the service that you provide. And the other part that you need to understand before writing your positioning statement is your competition. I would really encourage you, if you haven't done this already, to take some time and to review what competition is doing in your area. A great place to start is of course on Google. Check on the map who's there, visit their website, look through like how are they communicating their brand, because you will see kind of the positioning they have, how are they saying that they're different, and try to kind of map out, what are those closest similar businesses that are actually fighting for the same type of client as you are. Maybe they aren't fighting the same type of clients, and then that's not the one that you need to pay the most attention to, but really try to look at those different similar businesses. So again, using the web is a great way, because there you'll see a lot on how they want to be portrayed in their marketing, but also actually talk to people who have been to those salons or spas and service businesses, and what are they saying about them, and what's the perception that they have in their head about that competing business. Or if you have time to sit outside and have a coffee, if you want to understand more, and to watch how is the staff greeting customers as they walk in, spend as much time as you feel is that you have, and that you feel is needed, depending on how dense the competition is here, but really to learn about the landscape that you're in, so that you have a good picture of what's happening in your area, how are other similar businesses positioned. That will certainly help you, when you're going to carve out your unique position. So there's a couple of things that goes into your positioning statement that you're soon going to be writing. And we've already done some work on some of the elements, so that will make it easier for you. So your target client is part of it. So who you serve is one way of positioning you. Again, are you serving kind of that demanding perfectionist client, or are you serving the bargain hunter? That's not what we're really teaching in this course. This is all about premium branding, but who is the type of client that you're serving, because obviously that's one way of differentiating yourself and positioning you differently in your local area. Then it is your proposition, which is also tightly linked to your positioning. So what's unique about what you offer. So you will see that we as we work through your positioning, and as you look now closer to competition and what the other people are doing, it's quite likely that you would want to go back to the first lesson here on the brand strategy, to revisit your proposition as well, if you feel that this is too similar to what others are doing. But again, your proposition does not in itself need to be unique. It's your overall positioning that should be unique, and create your own space. The other part is your reason to believe. So that's really kind of the mechanism you're using to deliver the value that you're doing. The proof or the evidence that you have that what you are doing and how you're delivering that proposition is really delivering the value that you're promising. And that in itself can be very different. So even if you're competing with other salons that have a similar proposition to you, if you have a stronger reason to believe, in terms of evidence of how you're bringing that to life, that can in itself be a great way to position you differently versus them. Okay. So let's just quickly look at some examples of what this could look like. So as you can see here, I would start with the target client, and then your proposition, and then your reason to believe. So for example, for the high spending perfectionist woman, we offer premium eco-friendly beauty services using 100% organic and toxic free products. That could be your positioning statement. Or if it's for the career woman, our nail bar offers express manicure and pedicure services designed to fit into her lunch break. Or for the stressed family woman, again, kind of the target client, our city spa provides instant access to a place to recharge in a luxurious and private environment. Enjoy our comprehensive selection of treatments by our certified therapists. This is more to give some examples of how you can structure your positioning statement, as yours will for sure be different. I just want to make a point here also versus the proposition, because I think there could be a risk here that we confuse what a proposition is and what a positioning or the positioning statement is. So actually the examples that I just listed here was a build on the examples that we had earlier when we looked at your proposition. So for example, we have one example which was a premium eco-friendly hair services was one of the example propositions, which could then be translated into this example that we see here for the positioning, where we also build in like who are we targeting with that, and what's our unique reason to believe. And the same goes for the other examples, which you might recognize if you've been paying close attention, that like Express Nail Services was also used as kind of a proposition examples earlier when we talked about proposition. So I just wanted to kind of put that also a little bit side by side, because there could be like a little bit of confusion over like what is different. But really what we're doing is that we're taking that proposition and we're also strengthening that by being clear on like who are we targeting and like what's our unique mechanism, or our reason to believe, to kind of bring that to life, and how that together creates that unique positioning for you. So it's time for you to get to work. So what I would encourage you doing, and there's some space for this also in the workbook, so try to list down your main competitors and their positioning. So obviously you can do this as detailed and spend as much time as you would like on this. But I think for the sake of the exercise now, it's we can start with some basic. We look at the close ones and that you believe are the ones where you're kind of competing in the same pond for the same people. So like look through who they are, start on the web, and then again you can go as deep as you like, but for the sake of this exercise now, let's just get them down on paper and start building that list and overview for you, and then write your positioning statement. So using those principles that we just went through, which you also find in the workbook, and try to draft your positioning statement, which again is really all about carving out that unique space for you that sets you apart from competition. So this is a core component of your overall branding. So I hope that's all clear. So good luck with your exercise, and I will see you in the next video.